Hello, Basima.
Hello, Eric. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well.
Great.
Mm.
Is the sound okay?
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right, great. Welcome.
Thanks.
Hold on 1 second. There we go. That's better. All right. Can you hear me, Zohur?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Great. Welcome. All right. Well, welcome back to the class. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to start today with lesson 5, okay? So let's do it. Here's lesson 5. Today we're going to practice 2 sounds. The first one is this one. It's the sound of as in early. And we'll also practice schwa today. It's the sound of okay? So let's start with part 1. Sorry, let me just move this here. All right. So here's the goals for part 1 of lesson 5. After we practice part 1, you should be able to distinguish and recognize the unstressed and stressed sounds in English. So for example, the word early, that's one example of okay? You can see it here on the IPA chart, okay? The sound of Before we move on, do you guys remember what's the meaning of IPA? Anyone know? You can raise your hand or just open the mic. What's the meaning of IPA? Anyone remember? We talked about this before.
Yeah, it's the International Phonetic Alphabets.
Good. A little bit slower, dear. What is it?
International Phonetic Alphabets.
Good. Let me help you with the second word. It's phonetic.
Phonetic, okay.
There you go. Alphabet. Good. That's right. Great job, Asima. You are correct. And what is the IPA, Zohur? What is it? What are we looking at here, Zohur? What do
We
you
are
see?
seeing vowels and consonants and how to pronunciations.
Yeah, okay, so these are the sounds of English, right? The sounds. And how many sounds are there in English?
39.
39, right, good. Okay, great job.
Okay.
Okay, so the vowel sounds are here. These are all vowels at the top. Okay, vowel. And as you may or may not remember, the vowel sounds are all voiced. Remember, let me change the color here. Remember that all of these sounds are voiced. That means that there's vibration in the throat. Okay? So all of the sounds at the top are voiced. Okay? These are all voiced. There's vibration in our throat here, okay? You're gonna feel like movement, here in the throat. So one of the sounds that we'll talk about today is this one. This is the sound of Okay, you can see my lips go out. And you can feel vibration here. There's movement. Okay, vibration in the throat. All right, cool, good work. So let's talk more about this sound. Continue reading Basima.
Mouth and lip movements. Early bird. Lips sticking out and slightly parted. Jaw very slightly lowered.
Good. It's lowered.
Lower.
Lowered. Yeah,
Lower.
good. Perfect. Good. All right, good. So, yes, the first two things you need to understand is about the lips. So they should be sticking out, okay, like me, and should be slightly parted. As well, your jaw, this part, okay, of your mouth, should be slightly lowered. Continue reading, Zohur, about the tongue.
Tongue mid-level in the mouth. Tongue against lower teeth on the side with top of tongue off the floor.
Great. Okay. So what this means is that your tongue, okay, it needs to be sort of like in the middle of the mouth, and you need to feel the tongue touching the teeth. So it should be touching on the side, okay? The tongue and the teeth here, okay? Now in the front, the tip of the tongue touches nothing, okay? You only want to touch on the sides here, okay? So it's this shape, as in early bird, okay? And that's this sound. We use it a lot. It's pretty common in English, okay? So everyone practice that for a moment. Make sure that your lips are sticking out and they're slightly parted. Your jaw should be slightly lowered, and that your tongue should be the middle of the mouth, touching the teeth on the top, but the tip of the tongue touches nothing. Okay? So it's er, er, er. Okay? Early bird. Very good. Any questions for me? All right. So let's look at some words. Now there are two sounds here. So yes, technically there are two sounds, one that is unstressed and one that is stressed. Okay. So just so we're all clear, if a sound is unstressed, that just means that it's low. You know, we don't really stress it or put a lot of with our voice, you know? So for example, here, this word, waterfall. If you hear the sound of is quick, it's very fast. Waterfall, okay? It's unstressed. Here, the sound of is unstressed. It's quick. We just do it, you know, we make the sound quickly. And you don't need to put a lot of like volume or vibration, hard vibration on the sound. Okay, it's just quick. Waterfall. Okay, unstressed. But there is another sound of which is stressed, and it comes up in words like this. For example, person. If you hear, my voice is like kind of putting more emphasis on the person. Okay? Let's try those two words. Basima. Waterfall, person.
Waterfall. Person.
Good. Zohor, try those two words.
Waterfall person.
Great. Very good. Here are some more examples of the unstressed and stressed sounds. So please repeat after me. Unstressed. Ready? Together. Water. Waterfall. Okay? And then the stress sound is more like this. Earth. Her. Person. Try those words. Why don't you begin, Zahur?
Together, water, waterfall, earth, hair, person.
Good. Okay, Basima, your turn. Try those.
Together, water, waterfall, earth, hair, person.
Great. Good job. So the sound is the same. Okay, we're talking about the same sound, but one of the sounds is stressed, and so it gets more force. Okay, that just means like our voice is like stronger. Okay, for these sounds on the right side. Okay. All right. Any questions about this page? All right. So what we're going to do is practice with the stressed sound of because it's a bit more common and it's a bit more difficult to make it. Okay. So here we go. So remember, this is the stressed. This is the stressed Okay. We're going to put more like volume, more vibration on the sound. Okay. So we have three positions: the beginning, middle, and the end. Okay. So just repeat after me. Ready? Here we go. Remember, this is stressed. So you need to have like some in the sound, okay? Here we go. So repeat after me. Earn, herb. Just so you know, the H is silent. So you don't need to say the just herb for that word. Urgent, earnest, earth, early, urban, earn. Then in the middle, turn, word, circus, curve, bird, girl, firm, third, and at the end, purr, blur, stir. See my lips? They need to be out, right? Occur, prefer, dessert, her, were. All right. Let's start with you, Bastima. You're going to read all the words, okay? Go ahead.
Okay. Earn, herb, urgent, earnest, earth, early, urban, earn,
Mhm.
turn, word, circus, curve, bird, girl, firm, third, fur, blur, stir, occur, prefer, dessert, her, where,
Good. Try this word again. Dessert.
dessert,
Good. We don't want to get it confused with the place. The place is called a desert. Okay, like like in Saudi Arabia, for example, or in Sudan. So that's called a desert. But dessert is like this picture, right? Ice cream, cake. So we want to say dessert, different than desert. A little different. Good. Great job, Basima. Okay, your turn, Zahur.
Earn, herb, urgent, earnest, earth, early, urban, earn, turn, word, circus, curve, third, ger, firm, third, fur, blur, stir, occur, prefer, desert, her, were,
Nice. Try this word again. It's occur.
occur,
Right. We want to stress the so it's occur, like that. Occur. One more time.
occur, occur.
Good. And for this one, I know it's a little difficult, I know, but you have to, whoops, you have to make the la 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 la. So it's girl.
Girl,
Uh-huh. There you go. Yeah, the sound is at the end, right? Girl. Uh-huh.
girl.
There you go. That's better. Okay. Good job. Well done, you guys. Good. Does anyone have questions about the vocabulary? No? Okay. Well, I have a couple of questions for you. Let's just chat about some of these words for a moment. Uh, is it important, or yeah, is it important to you that your friends are earnest? Why or why not? Please read Bakhtima. Is it important? Bakhtima, please read the question. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Was
That's
like,
okay.
okay. Is it important to you that your friends are earnest? Um, it depends on the situation for me. Sometimes it's important to be earnest, sometimes not.
Give me an example, please, because it's hard for me to understand that.
If
What situation would you not want your friends to be earnest?
if I understand that the definition of earnest is like to be as serious. Is that-
Earnest means genuine, real, honest.
So every time should be like this, my friends.
Okay, so it is important to you.
Yeah, it is very important to me.
Why?
It gives me like a sense of trust and safety.
Okay, yes, because it gives me a sense of trust and maybe not safety, but security, maybe perhaps something like that. Okay, fair enough. Good. All right. What about you, Zohor? Is it important to you that your friends are earnest?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why is that?
Because it's telling me the truth, how true I am in some situation. He will tell me his opinion frankly.
Okay, yes.
Frank.
So I want my friends to be frank, like to tell you the truth.
Yes.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Good, thanks. So earnest. Earnest means like to be honest and sincere. I don't know if you guys know that word. Like to be like real with you, you know? Okay, very good. Let's try another one. What's a good one? Have you ever been to a circus? If yes, when? Hold, try this one. Have you ever?
Have you ever been to a circus? Yes. Yes, I was. Yes, I been. Yes, I been. Yeah. When If it's yes, when? This is before COVID.
Okay, all right. Yes, I have. I went before COVID.
COVID.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Great. Zahur, what about you? I'm sorry, Basima, have you ever been to a circus?
Yeah, I have been in a circus when I was a child, one time only.
Okay, all right. Not in, but to. Been to.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you're in a circus, that means you're one of the performers doing the flip, and the things like that. Okay, so yes, y- yes, I went as a child. Okay, great. All right, very good. Good. I think that's enough practice with vocabulary. No other questions for me? No, it's clear. All right. So this is just some vocabulary. Let's practice some phrases and sentences. Again, we're practicing with the stressed Okay, let me just put that there. Stressed So let's look at these sentences and you're going to repeat after me, okay? I'll read first. So number one, I was a traveler who went with my mother around the world. Go ahead, Zuhud.
I was a traveler who went with my uh, mother around the world.
Good. Number two, the girl had to go to bed early. Basima.
The girl had to go to bed early.
Mhm. She was a little person with beautiful curls.
She, I was see.
Mhm.
She was a little person with a beautiful curls.
Good. What on earth are you working on?
What on earth you're working on?
Try again.
What on earth you are working on?
After earth, it's are you. Try again.
Okay. What on earth are you working on?
That's better. Good job. Okay. The mother gave birth to a healthy baby girl.
The mother gave birth to a healthy baby girl.
Nice. You'll need to burn that dirty shirt.
You will need to burn that dirty shirt.
Okay. He was the first to graduate university in his family.
He was the first to graduate university in his family.
Good. You should discourage him to take off every Thursday.
You should discourage him to take off every Thursday.
Good. He is an expert on term papers.
He is an expert on term papers.
Good. The early bird catches the worm.
The early bird catches the worm.
Good. Let's try again. Basima, you're going to start, okay? Number one.
Okay. I was a traveler who went with my mother around the world.
Zahur?
The girl had to go to bed earlier.
No, just early.
Early.
Uh-huh.
She was a little person with beautiful curls.
Go ahead, Zahur.
Okay. What on earth are you working on?
The mother gave birth to a healthy baby girl.
You will need to burn
Mm-hmm. Yes. Who was reading that? Basima, wasn't that you?
It's her. It's
Zahur.
Okay.
You didn't
Okay.
finish reading. You stopped at
Okay.
burn. Okay.
All right. Sorry.
That's okay.
All right. The mother gave birth
No,
to
no,
a healthy.
it's
Sorry.
you'll
Okay.
need.
You need to burn that dirty shirt.
Good.
He was the first to graduate university in his family.
You should discourage him to take off every Thursday.
He is an expert on term papers.
The early bird catches the worm.
Good. Basima, one more time. Papers.
Papers.
Good. Because we don't want to say peppers, right? Peppers is a different word. Here it's a papers. Okay.
Papers. Okay.
Papers.
Okay.
Good. There you go. That's better. All right. Nice. Good job. Does anyone have questions about the vocabulary or any of the language here? No? No? No questions? All clear? Alrighty. Okay. The last expression here, the early bird catches the worm. Who can tell me, this is actually like a common expression in English. Does anyone know what's the meaning of this expression? The early bird catches the worm. What's the meaning of that expression?
Maybe it refers like to work early to get succeed or to get the best result.
One more time.
I
Again?
mean, working early is better, so you can like succeed and get the best result.
Okay, so to like, you mean like go to work early? Like
Mhm.
start your work early? Okay. All right. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Uh Starting work early leads to the best results. Something like that. Yeah, good. Or you could say something like this, people who get up early to work get more opportunities, right? Because that worm would be the opportunities. Okay. But yeah, similar idea. Good. Okay, so an early bird is actually a person. Okay, we're not talking about a bird, we're talking about people. Okay, so what about you, Zohor? Are you an early bird, someone who wakes up early, or a night owl, someone who works late at night?
I'm an early bird.
You like to get up early and do your work.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much. Basima, what about you? Which are you? You an early bird or a
I
night
love to be
owl?
a night owls, but I have to wake up early because of my
Uh,
life.
You're a night owl, but you
I
have
have,
to get up early.
yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay. Um, so do you think that that's because of nature, that you're a night owl, or do you think it's because of your habit?
Oh, difficult one.
Do you think that you're a night owl by nature or because of like your habits?
I think it's by nature. I love to
But
work at night, and
okay, you feel more comfortable
yeah, I
working
think
at night.
yeah.
Ah, okay, all right. Thanks so much. What about this question, Zohor? Do you think?
Do you think modern life is good for night owls?
Like people who like to be active at night?
It depends, sir.
Well, let's talk about in general.
In
We
general.
don't need to worry about case by case, but in general, modern life. Do you think modern life is good for people like that, like Basima? People who like to work at night?
If it depends about if they're confident with it. Confident with it. Comfortable with it, I'm sorry.
Well, let's say that they are, okay? So for example, Basima says that she's a night owl. She likes to be active at night. Do you think
Yeah.
modern life is good for people like that? Do you
Yes.
understand what I mean by modern life?
Yeah.
Like,
A lifestyle.
yeah, today's life,
Yeah.
shops, the
Lifestyle.
internet, things like that.
Mm.
Yeah, I think so, right? Lots of shops are open 24 hours. You can find anything you want online at any time, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Good. Thank you so much. Basima, if you could choose, please read.
If you could choose, what hours would you work? I prefer 7 p.m. until 1 a.m.
Okay, those would be your like ideal working hours, huh? Okay, what about you, Zahor? If you could choose your working hours, what would you choose?
From 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay, all right. And let's just take a moment to think about types of work that's good for early birds. So, like Basima, can you think of 2 jobs that are good for early birds? What are 2 jobs that are good for people who are early birds?
Being a teacher.
A teacher, okay, that's a good one.
What else? Maybe an officer in a bank or
Okay, like a bank officer, someone
Mhm.
who works in a bank. Yeah, banks usually are open in the mornings, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Zohur, can you think of 2 jobs that are good for night owls?
Police
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 officer, okay. Hmm.
and for doctors and in the hospital 24 hours.
Okay,
Hospital.
some like a nurse or doctor that
Hospital
works at
doctor.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Good choice. Okay, thank you so much. All right. And we talked already about this expression, right? It's like people who get up early get more opportunities. So, all right. Great. Good discussion. That's all for practicing the sound of Okay, we're finished with that sound. Very important sound in English. Pretty common sound. Okay, as an early bird. Okay, and the word work. Yeah. All right. So is a very common sound. What we're going to do now is move on to part 2, and we're going to talk about the most common sound in English, which is schwa. Okay. So in part 2, we're going to talk about schwa. You will understand it and its role in English pronunciation, and then we'll practice pronouncing and making this sound correctly. Okay. So here it is on the IPA chart. The sound is everyone try that. It's a very kind of relaxed sound. Okay, that's the sound you see here. It looks like the letter E, but it's like upside down. Okay. This sound has like a nickname. We call it schwa. Okay. So schwa is the sound of uh. You can think of it as like this. Okay. It's like this sound. Uh. Okay. For example, about. You hear it there, right? About. About. Okay. It's that first sound in the word there. Okay. So this sound has its own little nickname called schwa. Okay, let's read some rules about schwa. Number 1, please read Basima. The schwa.
The schwa is the most common sound in in the English language.
Fantastic. Good. Number 2, Zahur.
It is the only sound that has its own name, schwa.
Great. Basima, 3.
Almost every vowel sound that is unstressed reduced sounds like schwa.
Good. Excellent. Okay. So these are just some basic rules about schwa. As I told you, this sound it is the most common sound in the English language. So we use it more than any other sound. And it's the only one that has its own name, okay, like a little nickname. Okay, we call it schwa. And the way we can kind of think about schwa is for reduced vowel sounds. For most of them, we make this sound, okay? So let me go here to the next page. So let's talk more about reduced vowel sounds. And what we need to do first is practice talking about syllables. So can anyone tell me what is a syllable? Does anyone know what is that? What is a syllable?
It's like the parts of the word, like how we can split the word to get the accurate like voice or sound.
It's like you could think of it like that. It's like a part of a word. Sure. The more accurate way to think about it is it is an individual vowel sound in a word. Please read Zahur. It is an
It is an individual vowel sound in the world.
Sorry. What does it say? What are the
Sorry.
last?
In a word.
In a word, right. Good. And when we, thank you so much. Good job. When we say vowel sound, we're talking about these sounds, remember? The sounds in the IPA at the top. Okay, these are our vowel sounds here. So anytime you have one of these sounds in a word, we consider that a syllable. Okay, so let's continue reading here. Basima, for the reason.
Okay, for the reason of frame, for rhythm, words that have more than one syllables also have stressed and unstressed syllables. Which syllables is stressed? Banana.
Try say that word more naturally, dear.
It's banana.
Banana. Good. So before we talk about which syllable is stressed, Basama, how many syllables are in that word?
It's 3 syllables.
There are 3 syllables. That's correct. Good. And Zuhur, which syllable is stressed? Of the 3, which one is stressed? So
Ba, na. It's the A and the A and A.
well, A is a letter, dear. You're talking
Okay.
about writing. We need to
No.
talk about sounds. A is not a sound.
Banana.
Understand?
Yeah.
So
Sure.
let me help you. So let's do it like this. Think about it this way. There's the first syllable, second syllable, and third syllable, right? 3 syllables. So which one is stressed, Zuhur? The first, second, or third?
It's the first and the second.
Only one of the syllables is stressed.
It's N? No, the second, sorry.
The second one, correct. So when we say this word, our voice goes like this. It's banana, banana. Okay, the second syllable is stressed. We need to put some force on it. Okay, banana. All right, let's continue reading. Keep reading, Zahur. The first.
The first and the third syllables are reduced and sound like ah.
Not ah, it's it's more like from your stomach, from here. Yeah. Continue.
Okay. Unstressed syllables, words are quicker and less loud.
Exactly. So if we think about it, this word banana, syllable 1 and syllable 3, they're like quick and they're short. The second one in the middle is longer and higher. Okay, so we need to make our voice higher and the sound is longer. Okay, not as quick. And then read the last part here, please, Basima. Sometimes.
Sometimes the is skipped completely because it's so reduced. Example, chocolate.
That's right. Chocolate.
Syllables.
2 syllables, exactly. So when we look at this word, you know, it looks like it has 3 syllables, but actually the middle syllable here is like reduced to 0. So we say chocolate instead of chocolate. Okay, we don't say the second one. So here we just have 2 syllables, chocolate. Okay, like that. So this is schwa. Okay, it's the sound of and it comes up a lot in many words, especially when you have a reduced syllable. We often make the sound of schwa for reduced syllables. Okay, so banana has 3 syllables. Let's talk more about syllables. So how many syllables are there? So for example, I'm going to put some words over here. Let's try this one. Let's say, okay, we did this word before. Please read Zahur over here on the right side.
Person.
How many syllables are there in that word? How many
Three.
vowel sounds?
Person. Person. It's 3. Sorry.
So person. So the vowels are and There are only 2,
Person.
right? Person. Person. So this one has 2 syllables. And which syllable is stressed, Zahur? The first one, or the second one,
First one, sir. The first one.
The first one, right? Exactly, right? Yeah, good. So we have 2 syllables. Let me just actually go like this. So the first syllable is stressed. Let me change the color. So it's person. So this one is lower, okay? Like that. Person. Person. 2 syllables. The first syllable is stressed. Good, great job. How about this one? How about that word, Basima? How many syllables?
It's like computer. It's 3 syllables.
Not is, but are. There
Like,
are 3 syllables, right?
Four.
Is for 1. Are is more than 1. So there are 3. Good. And which syllable is stressed? The first, second, or third syllable?
Computer. It's maybe the second one.
Correct. Good. Computer. Right. We stress the ooh. Computer. Great. Good job. Yes, and it has 3 syllables. The second syllable is stressed. Really nice. Let's try another one. How about this one? What do you think, Zahur?
Marker.
That word is manager.
Manager. Manager. 1, 2, 3. It's 3. It's 3.
Not it. There
Oh.
are.
They are. Sorry. There
Look
are
at the
3.
question, huh? How many syllables are there? Not is it, right?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about plural, right? So there are 3. Good. And which one is stressed?
Manager. Third one, sir.
So it's manager. Is that how we say that word?
Manager. It's the first one.
The first syllable is stressed, correct.
Yeah.
Manager, right, good. So our voice needs to be like higher on the first sound, okay? Manager, good, that's it. Okay, let's just do one more. Let's try this word, Syllable. Bastima, how many syllables are in the word syllable?
There are 3 syllables.
Correct. There are 3. And which syllable is stressed?
Syllable. Maybe the first one.
Yeah, that's it. Syllable. The first syllable of syllable is stressed. Great job. Well done. Okay. Nice work. So it's important for you guys to sort of just understand the concept of syllables. This will help you when you're trying to pronounce words. Like, for example, if you see a word and you're not sure how to pronounce it, if you can like divide it into the different syllable parts, it will make it easier for you to pronounce it, okay? Remember, syllables are vowel sounds, okay? So it's going to be any of the sounds from the top of our IPA chart, okay? Our syllable sounds. All right, good. Any questions for me?
Yes.
Yes, tell me, Batima.
How do we know where to stress on this
Yeah.
word?
Okay, that's a great question. So that comes from practice. Understanding where to put stress comes from practice. So that will require you to, you know, it's about understanding stress is about time. So like, for example, in order to know where to stress person, okay, you need to listen to the word. You need to practice, watching television or something like that. You can review these classes. Obviously, that will help you. But learning about stress comes from practice and like repeating words. It's not something that you can just see. You can't really see it. So it comes from listening. And how the more you can listen to English, the easier it will be for you to get the stress right. Okay. So often as well, when you look up a word like in the dictionary or if you Google some word to find the meaning, they often tell you as well, like on Google or in the dictionary, they tell you as well where the stress is. So yeah. It's a bit challenging, but that's why you need to practice as much as you can, So I wish there was like some magic trick to help you with that, but it's just about experience and training. So I've given you some examples here. Also, if you ever want to know, like if in the class, if you want to know that, just ask me and I'll tell you. And then you can make a note in your notebook, Taking notes as well is very important, for these words already I've given you. Okay. All right. Good question. Okay. So let's do a bit more practice with schwa. Okay. So we're going to practice schwa in some different words. The first group of words have the ending of AIN. And for these words, it's going to sound like this. It's going to be like un. Okay, un with schwa. So for example, please repeat after me. Certain, captain, fountain, bargain, mountain. Try those words, please, Bastima.
Certain, captain, fountain, bargain, mountain.
Very good. So try again, or for the first time.
Okay. Certain, captain, fountain, bargain, mountain.
Good. Okay, great. All right. Now on the other side, here we have words that have just the letter A that makes the sound of schwa. So it's just going to be like this. Remember, schwa comes from like your body. Okay. It's not going to be from like up here. Schwa is like a sort of a deeper sound. So you need to bring it from here, okay? Okay? So all of these words have the letter A that make schwa, okay? Please repeat after me. Ready? About. Again. Amaze. Away. Around. Ahead. Alone. Comma. Atlas. Salad. Alphabet. Amount. Thousand. All right. Why don't you start, Zahur?
About, again, amaze, away, around, ahead, alone, common, sorry, com, can you repeat again?
Comma.
Atlas, salad, alphabet, amount, thousand,
Very nice. One more time. Comma.
comma,
Great job. Basima, your turn.
About, again, amaze, away, around, ahead, alone, comma, atlas, salad, alphabet, amount, thousand,
Good. This one is more of an salad.
salad,
There you go. Better. Okay, great job. So all of these words have the sound of schwa. Okay. Let's look at any questions for me about these words. No? Okay. And then there's just a couple more here. We'll practice. Let's try these words. Wallet. Further. Pardon. Opera. Now this one, as I told you, this one has a reduced sound in the middle that's completely reduced. So it's only 2 syllables. Opera. Okay. The next one, computer. Technical. Support. And business. Well, why don't you go first, Basima?
wallet, further, pardon, opera, computer, technical, support, business,
Very good. Zahur?
wallet, further, pardon, opera, computer, technical, support, business.
Very good. Alrighty, great job. So we practiced lots of words with schwa today. In our next class, we're going to continue with lesson 5, and we'll just finish the rest of these pages 15 and 16, okay? We need to practice talking about content and function words, okay? But for today, we'll stop here on page 14. Please make sure that you guys practice, spend a little time each day is the best, okay? 20, 30 minutes practicing, just repeating the words, you know what I mean? And that will help you to become more familiar with the sounds and the stress and all of the things we talked about. So that's it. Great job. Well done. Thank you guys for coming. It's good to hear from you again. And we'll meet again next week as usual, okay? All right.
yeah, thank you.
Take it easy. You're welcome. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take it easy. Bye. See you.
Bye. See you.